What's happening in entertainment? From Tinseltown to the Big Apple, this is your weekly entertainment magazine with Greg Dunmore of Pulsebeat.tv.
Pulse of a new generation.
In Detroit's cultural community, there is no name more fascinating than Dr. David Dichiera.
I loved opera because it was about people, it was about singers and stagehands and, and composers and directors. I think everybody has the ability to enjoy and understand and like music and the arts. The other is probably a combination. Before I built it, while I was still raising money for it, a gentleman who will remain unnamed and had had a television program, and he said, "Oh, I see they're selling boxes at the Opera House for $250,000 to name them and so forth. And you know what you could do with $250,000? How many children you could send, all of those things." And then he said, "I think we need an opera house in Detroit about as much as we need a bullfighting ring on Gratiot Avenue." So that was a mentality. What is an opera house? Well, this opera house in the summer is an educational center. We have young children and children of all ages taking classes, workshops, residencies. This is where they get inspired. This is where many of their lives are changed forever. And those are the things that, it's just not an opera house. It's a place where things happen. This opera house in this place to be a catalyst for revitalization. Because I believe very strongly that the arts is the most exciting way to revitalize a community. I was on a plane one time with Coleman Young, a long time before I opened the Opera House, and I said to him, "Mr. Mayor, I want you to think about Lincoln Center." Lincoln Center in the 60s when it opened, that area was West Side. It was the West Side story. It was gangs, it was crime, it was everything. Suddenly, a performing arts center emerges, and that area now is totally transformed. So, and looking back now over these last, years, since '96, we have stadiums on one side of us. We have restaurants. We have a YMCA, the Bowl Center. We have now the Madison Building, where young people are coming in and creating new businesses and so forth. I'm very excited that dream of using the Opera House as a catalyst to revitalize a whole area and be kind of like in the forefront of creating an entertainment district was as important as the art itself. Sometimes the whole idea of going to a concert hall or going to an opera house sets up a kind of a different kind of boundary. You know what I mean? And there's a whole movement recently of doing, one of them is called Random Acts of Culture. Where, an opera singer or a violinist or something will suddenly show up, in a restaurant or in some club and start without any without being introduced, without anything. Just start performing. And people suddenly, it's like, oh, look at that. Listen, never thought about that, you know. So I think that we need to become much more flexible about the way we deliver our art. It's about young people. And young people realize that this is a great party. I think it's the environment of the Opera House, that it transforms itself into a party house, you know, and that it relates to not only, you know, great food, you know, great wines, entertainment. It brings everything together. I think longevity is about being absorbed in what you think is important, then that you want to do, the thing that you want to give to others and to the community and for yourself.
Pulse of a new generation. Pulsebeat. Pulsebeat.tv.